Hi, just waiting for more of you to join. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually quite nervous about this live just because Harps' audience is completely, hi Daman, it's completely different to mine. You know, I'm a makeup artist, a lot of my stuff's all wedding related and brides, whereas in Harps that I know is like a lot more like, you know, families, and you know, she's an amazing blogger and she blogs about her gorgeous family, her boys. I've known Harps a really long time, since she got married. So we met, we had known about each other beforehand anyway, just because we had similar friends or some sort of connections here and there. And then we went to Goa for her amazing destination wedding. This was my first destination wedding as well. So you can imagine like how I was super nervous anyway. But when I got there, they literally, her family literally treated me like family. You know, we had breakfast together. Her gurdwara, it was the first time they'd done a destination wedding and they proper kitted it out with flowers. I remember how like stunning it looked. And I remember Harps getting really ill on her reception. And I was just like, you can do this. So she had a quick break. She's like, can I take some time out? Just need to like go take some meds and chill. And I was like, yeah, do it. Go take some meds, chill. And I knew I had enough time to get her ready. And I did on time. And it was just lovely. I was invited to all the events. I had the best time ever. East West Photography were also there and they're good friends of mine as well. So we all just had a great time. So thank you for joining me. So my name is Suky. I'm a makeup artist. I've been in the industry for 20 years now. I'm ex-Mac, so I used to work for Mac back in the day. So I am used to answering questions as and when I'm doing things. So if you have any questions, please just jump on, just ask the question. And while I'm doing things, I will just answer as I go along. It's just what I'm used to when I used to work for Mac. So today I'm doing a purple look. And this is a dress that I bought just before lockdown. It's up to the shin and it's from Zara. So it only just come out before the lockdown, so I'm not sure if it's still around. So let's start on skincare. So skincare is super, super important. There is no good makeup without good skincare. When you hit 25, really you should start using anti-aging. You should cleanse, tone, moisturize twice a day. You know, just especially if you take trains and, you know, you get affected by the environment. Like right now it's like cold and then it's hot. So our skin is changing and adapting to, I mean, 1 minute I've like got the heating off. The next minute I've got it on full blast. Hi lad. Then I've got it full blast. So your skin is constantly changing with the environment and the temperatures that we're around. So it's really important to like look after your skin. I have adapted this live based on kind of what Harps' audience kind of wants. So I'm going to go on to skincare. The skincare that I use is Tropics skincare. It's super natural. One of their balms, Tamana Balm, won an award in 2018 for a baby award, because it's that natural and it's vegan that you can use it on children too. So I thought I wanted to share the brand that I use for my skincare. And so this is me without any makeup. I tend to get the dark circles, obviously the 4 o'clock starts, getting these brides ready for their wedding, doing 15-hour days. You know, being a makeup artist isn't easy, and it does take its toll, but that's why it's so much more important to look after your skin. Wear an eye cream, you know, wear primers, wear serums, masks. I do a scrub every other day, just because my skin is changing and I'm getting a lot of dry skin. So I'm going to start with, when you wake up in the morning, first thing you want to do is cleanse. So the cleansing that I do is I use the Tropics smoothing cleanser, and I wear a lot of waterproof mascara, waterproof eyeliner, and I just find it doesn't come off like with a normal cleanser. With this soothing cleanser, it literally just melts away the makeup. It's got butters in it, shea butters, all natural, that literally just melt away the makeup. So the soothing cleanser is my fave. When I apply it, I use it with it's 100% bamboo face wash. So this is how it comes. So this always comes free with the cleanser. If you was to ever buy like the big sized cleanser from Tropics, it comes free. And it's super soft. It's 100% bamboo cloth. Well, the minute you wet it, it goes really soft. And then you just take off your cleanser and then you see the residue afterwards. And the great thing about this is you can stick it in the washing machine, so you don't need to like keep buying a new one. Even when it gets dirty, you just stick it in the washing machine, it comes out brand new. So that comes free with the cleanser. And then after you've cleansed, you've taken all your makeup off, that's your first cleanse. Then you do a double cleanse. Double cleanse is, so the first cleanse is to take off your makeup. The double cleanse, the second cleanse, is to then actually cleanse the skin. A lot of people forget to do that. They do one cleanse and they're done, and then they get a spot like the next day and they're like, oh, I thought I cleansed my skin properly. No. Double cleanse is really important. So you have a little bit afterwards just to give your skin a good clean. Again, soak the bamboo cloth in nice warm water and just take it off. And it's just like a little ritual that you have. Like, it makes me feel so good in the mornings, especially because the beautiful smells from the Tropics skincare range. Like, there's a lot of oils and natural products that you could just smell that in the mornings, and it just, oh, it's so nice. It's a good start to the day. So once you've cleansed, then you would apply a serum. So the main kit that I wanted to sort of let you know about was the Discovery kit, the skincare Discovery kit. It's small miniature sizes, which is great because, one, you know, with the current situation we're in, you need to save your pennies. This Discovery kit is only £28. It's small. You can first try it, see if the product works for you, see if you love it as much as I do. And this is what the Discovery kit looks like. It's super cute. So you get this free little bag with it. It's got Tropics on it. And the cleanser, that's the cleanser that I mentioned. So again, it's got green tea extracts in it, so that just helps rejuvenate the skin because that's kind of got caffeine in it. It's got jojoba oils and eucalyptus leaf oils, so that's why it smells so lovely in the mornings, because the eucalyptus, especially when you cleanse before you go to bed, and you've got those amazing eucalyptus oils scent, sort of, you know, just really calming you down. Like, that's why I love cleansing. It's my favorite part of the day, is cleansing my skin. Once you've cleansed, then I mentioned a serum. So in the Discovery kit, you will get a Super Greens serum. So it's super cute and tiny. The Super Greens serum actually has, sorry, I've just got a couple of notes here. It's got kale in it. It's got maca in it. So everything that's good for you when you have your smoothies, why not put it on your skin? So it's got kale, it's got maca roots in there. It's really lightweight. It's also got green tea in it as well, so that'll just, again, the caffeine will help rejuvenate the skin cells and make your skin renew a lot quicker. And other oils as well, and it smells like a smoothie. So I've already cleansed, and I haven't put anything on my skin yet, so I was waiting to kind of do this online. So I'm going to put the Super Greens in. So this comes in the Discovery kit, and it's green. And as well as having some amazing kale and spinach and stuff like that in your diet, why not let your skin absorb some of it too? Look at how silky smooth my skin's gone. Oh, and it's just so soft, and it smells so natural. And when you do when you do use the serum on your face, also bring it down onto your neck. It's nothing worse if your face is looking super young and then your neck, you know, looks like a 40, 50-year-old's. So again, you would just put that all over your skin. My skin is like super soft now. Yeah, you can see how soft and supple that is. It's just literally my fingers gliding on it. Okay, so that's the serum that I put on. And then after that, I am going to use an eye cream. So unfortunately, the eye cream doesn't come in the Discovery skincare kit, but it comes separately. What I love about this eye cream is it's at room temperature, but the nozzle on it, I don't know if you guys have seen, I can relate this to makeup. If you've seen the Huda Beauty concealer, it has that similar nozzle. So it's like this applicator at the end that fits quite nicely under the eye. And the minute I put that on, so literally it's room temperature, but the nozzle is super cool. Like it feels like it's been in the fridge, but it hasn't. And all you need to do is just twist it to get some product out. There you go. And you're gonna just dab it. Let's do a little bit more. Let's not skimp on this bit. Okay, just gonna dab it. And then you're just gonna use that nozzle and the cooling effect of it, just to get rid of any puffiness, to spread the product around. And putting eye cream on is really, really important. Like the rest of our face, we don't have a lot of muscle under our eyes, whereas we have a lot more. That's why we have our plumpness everywhere else, because there is muscle around that area, where under the eyes we don't have that. That's why dark circles, especially on Asian skin, shows up so quickly, because the minute we're dehydrated, the minute we haven't had enough sleep, it shows under our eyes from the darkness. And the darkness is literally like blood cells that haven't had enough oxygen to them, and then they literally just sort of form a little layer under the eyes, and that's where that darkness comes from. So that's why having an eye cream that has caffeine in it, or anything that will stimulate blood and oxygen to the eyes, is really good for your eyes. So, and another reason why we put eye cream on, well, I'm going to put eye cream on today, is because I'm going to be using powder under my eyes to bake, and with that, it will make your eyes a little bit dry, because putting powder on dry skin, you're just going to end up getting loads of cracks and creases under your eyes, where the eye cream actually prevents that, because it makes the skin super soft, ready for concealer to go on, ready for baking. And you can see how moisturizing it is. Look, I've just left it there, and it's doing its thing. Okay, so that's the eye cream. And then in this Discovery Kit, you also get the moisturizer. So the moisturizer is a tiny little one as well. Super cute. And it's called Skin Feast. Skin Feast, it's quite concentrated, so it's super absorbent as well. Like, it's quite like water-based, but it's still concentrated, so it has enough moisture in it. I haven't even opened this one. Actually, I'm just gonna open one that's already open, because I don't want to open this kit. Just bear with me. So these are the bigger bottles. And you literally need about 1 or 2 pumps in your hand. So this has berry seeds in it, so that's probably where all the moisture comes from, the nourishment onto the skin. It also has ectone and hyaluronic acid, which again reduces the water loss in your skin, especially like the weather's been changing, it's been hot, like you don't want to dehydrate, you don't want your skin to dehydrate really quick when you're going for these walks, your hour walks. The last thing you want is to have any water loss, so this actually prevents it, so it creates a bit of a barrier. Okay. And sorry, this kit has a toner. Sorry, after you cleanse, you need to tone your skin. And the great thing about a toner is you don't want to aggravate the skin by putting a toner onto a cotton like round pad and then sort of dabbing your skin. The great thing about the toner with Tropics is it's a spray form. Oh, sorry. It's a spray form. Here's the toner. And you can literally get a mist. The great thing, the other day actually, this dress was sticking to my legs, it was getting static. All I did was just actually spray some of this on my legs and it stopped becoming static. It also is great for hair as well. If your hair is quite static, you can spray a little bit onto your hair, especially there where I've got like loads of baby hairs. It just it helps style your hair as well. The great thing about Tropics is it's all natural. It's quite versatile. You can use it for so many things. Like I've learned so many tips over time on the benefits on different products. So I was like, wow, I didn't know you could use that on your hair, or you could use it for static. So this has got aloe vera juice in there, all good stuff. Vitamin C and vitamin B5. So this has all the best sort of stuff you need for your skin. Vitamin B2, B5 and vitamin C help even out skin tone. So especially being Asian, like skin tone can change The tones can change. Or usually the forehead's a lot darker, and around the mouth area is quite dark as well. So that helps out, and it also refines your pores, so it makes your pores a bit smaller, because my pores have reduced a lot significantly, and I have oily T-zone. So with oily T-zone, you tend to have bigger pores around the T-zone area, and I feel like the toner has helped make them a lot smaller and more refined. So cleanse, use a bamboo cloth, soak it in warm water, take your makeup off. Double cleanse, actually cleansing the skin, taking off any of the dirt on your skin, underneath your skin, really massaging that in. It's got eucalyptus oil in, so it's great when you cleanse your skin before you go to bed. Again, use a bamboo cloth, soak it, wipe off your makeup. Bamboo cloth can go into the washing machine once it gets a bit dirty, maybe do it weekly. Once you've done that, you then tone. Because you've heated up the skin with warm water, you've cleansed, you want to close those pores, so then you would tone. Once you've toned, you're then going to be applying the super greens, the small little serum that you get in this kit, which has kale in it, it has maca in it, it's got all natural nutrients that you tend to have in your smoothies. You're actually putting it onto your skin, and it made my skin super soft. Once you've done that, you then moisturize. So I use the concentrated Skin Feast, which is also in this little travel pack. And then I use the eye cream. So the eye cream, again, like I said, doesn't come in the travel pack. You can buy that separately. It's at room temperature, but it's got a super cooling nozzle. It's just like the, oh, there's still a bit on there, why not? Like the Huda Beauty concealer. So it's really good applicator on the end, which is kind of nicer than trying to put it on your fingers and having more product on your hands. And this way you just apply the coolingness of that nozzle. It literally stops any sort of puffiness, and it just feels so nice on the skin. So you can buy this separately, and that's kind of like your basic kit for cleanse, tone, moisturize daily. The other thing you can do actually with this Discovery kit is add a Tamanu balm. Tamanu balm is like a magic balm. Like, we call it a magic balm just because it is like literally a pot of magic. What I have a lot of eczema, so I have eczema on my elbows, I have eczema on my hands. Can you see there, like discoloration? I've had it since I was young. I used to have a lot of on my knees, and then that's gone, and now I just get it on my elbows. They say it's kind of psoriasis as well, so it's like inflaming of the skin, the underneath. It could in the future affect my bones. That's why I tend to get it on any sort of, on my elbows and my hands, and anywhere where there is bone, you tend to get psoriasis. So it's a combination of eczema and psoriasis. I have used steroids in the past, and steroids, as you know, can kind of destroy the colour of your skin, so that's why it's so discoloured from using steroids in the past. It also makes the skin a lot thinner, so you're more prone to breakouts on your eczema patch or your area. And the great thing is that Tropics, I think, is the only one that's actually made a Tamanu balm. So Tamanu balm is from a Tamanu plant from the Tropics. That's why it's called Tropic Skincare. It is a healing balm. It can be used on stretch marks. It can be used on children. It's that safe. Eczema, I have recommended it to so many people that have eczema, and straight away they're like, oh my god, this stuff is incredible. It's got nothing in it. It's all natural. And it literally, their eczema softens and stops cracking and stops bleeding. They wear it at night time, and they can sometimes wear it during the day. You can wear it as many times as you like. Unlike steroids, you can only use once a day because it's not good for your skin. Whereas in this, it's so natural, you can use it as many times as you want during the day. It also is great for insect bites. So there's a mini that actually comes in the Discovery kit, which is great to take on holiday. You don't need to take after bite cream, just take Tamanu balm. It does the same thing. I take it to all my destination weddings because I tend to get bitten quite a lot. It also helps with any scarring. So if kids have fallen, got a cut in their knee, it's scabbed up, after it goes into the healing process, you can start putting some Tamanu balm on it, and it'll just stop. It'll really heal the skin a lot better than if you just left it, or you even put bio oil on it. This is a lot more better than bio oil. You know, bio oil just helps moisturize the skin, whereas in the healing balm is actually giving you the right nutrients to renew the skin, which is more important. Okay, so you get a pocket-sized tomato balm, a mini, and if you add that to the Discovery kit, then it is £38 in total. And already got somebody on here that loves Tropics, and I actually did a one-to-one with Daman. So we went to her house, we went through all the products. I did another one-to-one not long ago, just over the phone. I did my whole skincare routine, and they went through it with me. She has really bad eczema on her skin, especially on her eyes, and I saw how red and how sore she was. The minute I recommended tomato balm, she should have purchased it, and I'm going to find out the results and see how she's getting on. But love Tropics skincare products. I will put a link on here right at the end on where you can purchase these products. Also, if you are a mum, e-commerce businesses are still thriving with the current situation we're in. You know, people are still ordering things online. If you ever wanted to be part of this Tropics skincare family, you can join for only $250 and you get £400 worth of products. Even if you just make a couple of sales here and there, like, there's no pressure at all. It's just believing in something that you love to use yourself and then just selling it naturally. I mean, it sells itself. When I was at MAC, we never advertised. MAC sold itself just because it was such a great brand. You know, the color matches, they had 32 shades of brown before any other makeup brand. Their pigments on their eyeshadows, their lipsticks, still love their lipsticks and their blushes. And, you know, their primers, you know, it's the same thing. I would only ever support something that actually does what it says it does, and Tropics skincare is the only other product that I would definitely recommend naturally to my brides. You know, skincare is so important. There's no point in me showing me all these beautiful pictures of flawless makeup when you haven't kind of done the work on the skin. There is no good makeup without good skincare. If there isn't a good canvas, doesn't matter how well I try and put makeup or foundation on, it's never going to look as good if the canvas itself hasn't sort of done its work and moisturized. Yes, you can get fragrant free. All mine stuff is unscented. I only buy unscented from Tropics, so it doesn't have those extra oils that just help give it a scent. Because again, I'm all for natural, anything natural for the skin. You are what you put in your body, and you are what you apply in your body as well. And what I absolutely love about Tropics skincare is that it's so natural. You can use it on babies, you can use it on children. There's nothing in there that could possibly harm them, so that means that it won't harm you. So that's my skincare routine. There you go. I am also going to be showing you concealers, foundations, primers, and how to contour. After I've done that, I am gonna go over to my page and then start doing my purple glam to match my outfit today. Okay, we good with that? Cool. Any more questions on skincare? Oh, we've got to have another skincare fan over here. Yes? Yeah, I know. It's that safe on your skin. You know, the more that we can do to, you know, use things that are vegan, natural on our skin, you know, the better it is. Also, it's UK based, so they're based in Croydon, which is great because that just shows how fresh their products are. They don't put it on a shelf. You know, a lot of the skincare, you don't know how long it's been sitting on a shelf. You don't know how long it's been in a warehouse before it got onto the shop shelf. Like, it might have been there for ages. At least with this, it's freshly made in their factories. It has, you know, you can smell how fresh it is when you get it, when you get the delivery. It's freshly made in the UK as well, so everything, they basically have loads of shipments from the tropics. That's why it's called Tropics skincare. It's from, you know, that's all these kind of oils that you get from all these beautiful plants that you can get in the tropics that we can't get hold of here. You know, they have these products. Hi. Okay, cool. So let's go on to my base for my makeup today. Okay, so for first, I'm going to prep the skin ready for makeup. So it's a different kind of prepping. I'm super hydrated, my skin's super soft. I've got eye cream on. I've got lip balm on, so I use Carmex, which is, again, don't get the one that's got cherry in it or is fragranced. I just go for the straight Carmex. Carmex is like a lip treatment, whereas in Vaseline, I feel like your lips crave it more. You find you always applying Vaseline, but ever since I started using Carmex, like, my skin doesn't do that. My lips don't do that. They don't get dehydrated. I don't need to keep topping it up every like hour like I have to with Vaseline. So that's more of like a lip treatment, and I prefer it over Vaseline. Okay, so I've done that as well. Now let's go firstly on to my primer. So before I do primer, what else is really important right now is SPF. So SPF for the skin. I wear SPF 50. If I haven't left the house and I've forgotten to put my SPF on, I'm like, oh my God, like I could get pigmentation any minute now, or I could get skin damage. My wrinkles will show and appear a lot quicker because I haven't put the skin protection on from the sun, from the UV rays. Even when it's raining and the sun, you can't actually physically see the sun, there are all sorts of UV rays coming down that you are unaware of and you can't see. So you wearing an SPF is super important. I wear SPF 50. SPF 50 is enough coverage to last the day. The SPF that I use, thank God, Tropics has an SPF, but guess what? It's tinted. So it has a little bit of color to it. So it's kind of like a BB cream. You can sometimes just wear that and a bit of concealer and leave the house. You have your protection and you have a tiny bit of coverage. The great thing about this is there's not a massive range of colors. There's just two basic colors. You've got light and you've got medium dark. Light is for somebody who's like an NC 20 to an NC 30, I would say. Light, yeah. Anyone in matte colors is like an NC 30 onwards to, I'm a 44, so I'm pretty tanned. I get the medium dark. Basically I think medium dark is for every sort of Asian skin color. It has a bit of yellow in it, so it just helps balance out our undertone. And I just think it's super important to have something that's, one, it got SPF 50, and two, also gives you a tiny bit of coverage. I use this on holidays all the time. This was also out of stock for like nearly a year, and I had everyone asking me, oh my God, it's still out of stock, it's still out of stock. It got back in stock in March. So that's how popular it is, that it's always like out of stock. So I'm a color medium dark, like I said. And it's super hydrating, so I'm just gonna put a little bit on my skin. Can you see it's got a tint to it? But guess what? It's not gonna make you look ashy. Whereas in a lot of these SPFs, especially 50, can make you look quite ashy because it's not designed for like our skin color. Skin is so happy today with all this moisture. You see it a little bit, there's a little bit of a tinge now to my skin. So now I know when I drive my car and the sun is out, or even if I'm just gone on my walks, yeah, you can apply it. So I will be applying foundation on it today. I will always wear this. There's only another one that I wear, which is a sports one, which is an SPF 90 that my skin guru recommended that I wear when I go for my runs and I go for my walks in the hot weather, and that's the only other one I use. But again, that's not tinted. It doesn't have this a bit of tint skin color sort of in it, unlike this does. And this is super lightweight, where the other one is maybe a little bit slightly heavier, but then it's an SPF 90, like it's super high, so it's going to have a thicker consistency. Okay, so that's my SPF done. Now I'm going to prime my skin ready for makeup. So as much as I'm loving this dewy look, if I was to put foundation straight onto this, it'll probably last about an hour because it'll start slipping off, because it's just like when you're plastering a wall, right? You exfoliate to take off any sort of like dryness, to smooth out the skin. You then prime it, and then you apply the paint so it stays. So I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime. It's in Natural Radiance. So the base has got a radiant yellow, which again is our undertone colour. We are yellow sort of undertone, whereas in anyone that's Caucasian would be like a pink undertone. They have you can see the pinkness in their skin underneath. Okay, so I'm just going to apply a little bit on the back of my hands. I'm just going to apply this all over. I like this because it's, again, really lightweight. It can be used on any kind of skin type, whether you've got oily skin, whether you've got dry skin, mature skin. It works on all different skin types. So it's always my go-to in my kit because I know it will work for everyone. So that's the Prep and Prime. And then I mentioned earlier, I've got an oily T-zone. So I have to treat that separately to my normal skin. So for that, I have the Benefit Professional. I always like shout and scream about this primer, like I love it. It is got talc in it. So that instantly mats out the skin. So you'll see maybe sort of around this area where I'm gonna apply it, you'll see like instantly, one, it stops the pores from looking very visible, and two, it stops any oil seeping through during the day so I don't get that oily T-zone. I hardly have to powder. Can you see that matteness there? Yeah, it's instant. So that's the Professional by Benefit. And the great thing is you can buy this from Boots. It's all the products that I apply, like makeup wise, are ones that are easy to get as well. You can see how it's like matted out my T-zone. Okay. So that's my skin ready for makeup. The next thing I mentioned to you is pigmentation. You know, being Asian, unfortunately, when we're tired, we get those dark circles. You know, we tend to have darker around our mouth area. Usually it's just, I don't know, I think it's it's inherited through having Asian skin. You know, it's just, you kind of have to sort of treat that separately when it comes to concealing. So this is kind of what I'm going to show you, concealing those areas. To knock out grey, or that grey undertone that we have under our eyes and around our mouth area, we use orange. So on the colour chart, orange will knock out the grey. And what I use for that is the MAC Prep and Prime highlighter in Peach Luster. So this is massive in India. So it's so funny because MAC in India has a completely different range. Like it has all the stuff for Asian skin. Whereas in here, obviously it's multicultural, like they have to have a variation. Where in India, this is like a big hit. Like everyone loves this, and I'm so glad they have this in the UK. So it's like a touche éclat. I don't know if you guys remember the YSL concealer. So you literally just screw up from the bottom and a little product comes out. And then you just apply this on your areas where you have a little bit of pigmentation. So I tend to do it under my eyes, a little bit on my eyelids, and just a little bit here and here, where I tend to have these slightly like dark areas. Okay, so that's the orange Prep and Prime. And then what I use to blend it is this is a Real Techniques beauty blender. This is available in Boots. I do use the beauty blender, but again, you kind of have to get that from specific places, where is in the Real Technique ones, you can just buy from any Boots, even in Tesco's. I've seen it in Tesco's. So I've damped it, so it's slightly damp, so I put it just under the tap, slightly damp. What this dampness does, it just helps the product look more like skin, because it looks less patchy. And then all I do is just gonna dab it in to those areas. And I like the shape of it because one, like that's got a nice edge to it, so I can use that under the eyes. But I like using that edge when I do my baking because I can really get in under the eyes. And then just a little bit on the lids. Okay, so that's kind of knocked out the grey. Right, after I've done that, I'm going to apply foundation. Some people apply concealer first, then do the foundation. What I like to do is do the foundation and then do the concealer in the areas that I feel like I need a little bit of more coverage for. So it's usually, that is probably the best way to do it. Also, some people put foundation on straight with a sponge. I don't like to do that. One, it wastes a lot of product because this will just soak the product. So you'll find your foundation will hardly last, like it'll last 3 months and then you're going to get a new one. So I still use the old school foundation brush to apply the foundation. And then I use the beauty blender to blend. Okay, so nothing wrong on the days you want to know. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm just going to start. So the foundation that I absolutely love, obviously being ex-MAC, is NARS. I bet you weren't expecting that. So I love the NARS Radiant, Natural Radiant Longwear. The great thing about this is, one, the coverage is amazing. You could just put a tiny bit on. NARS also do a weightless foundation, which is really good. So if you don't like a lot of foundation, weightless foundation is more water-based. So it comes on really lightly and you can build that one up. Whereas in this one is like, I just need to put it on the once and I feel like it's giving me the amount of coverage that I want personally. So it comes in a long glass bottle. There we go. And I'm colour Syracuse. So that's my colour. If you guys need any help with choosing your foundation colour, if you let me know your MAC colours, I can tell you what colour you would be in NARS. I've been using NARS for quite a while, so I kind of know the colours pretty well. So I've just put a little bit on the back of my hand. Got my foundation brush. And you're going to sort of apply downwards, same sort of direction as the hair. And I always go for the cheeks first because I feel like once that colour's kind of been knocked out, and that's kind of where I want the most coverage as well, because I'm going to have blusher there, I'm going to have contouring there, and then I kind of use the rest of it all on the other areas of my face. You'll notice with my forehead, I try not to wear too much foundation there just because I have caught the sun quite a lot. I only really need it around there. And then that bit I just like literally buff. Because I don't want too much there. Foundation should always match your neck. You never test a foundation on your hand because I'm very tanned on my hands. Or on my skin and my face. Maybe it's from wearing it too much SPF 90 and is slightly lighter. Okay, so I've applied it on my nose, forehead, cheeks, and my mouth area. And then I'm just going to do a little bit on my jawline, just don't want there to be any lines. Okay. Then use your sponge and start to blend. I'm just going to get a hand mirror because I'm going to need to see some of this a bit close up. Super excited to do this look. Could even sleep properly because I was so excited. Okay, that amount of coverage is fine. If I want a little bit more, I'll just use the concealer in the other areas. I can post it after the story if it's downstairs, so I'll post it, and you can buy it from Osterly Skincare. So I will also put her Instagram link on there as well, and you can buy it from her. She's great. I mean, she'll give you a great price because she buys it in bulk, so you'll get a better price than trying to buy it individually. Right, concealer. Concealer. Right, okay. So concealer, I used Tarte. So I've actually nearly run out of my one. So the one I was using was tan, but I had a look at the colours and I've now changed to medium tan. So let's see if this works. I haven't tested this shade out yet. Again, it's something that works well with, I'm Stromboli, I'm Syracuse, and I'm about an NC 44 in MAC. So this colour should work quite well with the foundation colour that I have. Sorry, I have a bit on my hand. I just thought I don't want to waste any product, so I'll just use a little bit extra. So Shape Tape you can buy from QVC. You can also buy online. They had a 50% discount, so if you sign up for their newsletter, you'll get told when they next have an offer again. They seem to be doing quite a lot of offers. They did a lot over Christmas, New Year's, and now they've done another one during lockdown, so they might be doing more. You never know. If it's done really well, they'll do it again. So let's see what this colour looks like. If this doesn't work, I'll just go back to my tan. Oh, it looks like, let me just try. I think it might be a bit too light for me. Yeah, let me just stick to tan. So here's my tan. I think the other one might be a bit light and I don't want to start messing with my colour. This is running out, that's why I thought let me start. So concealer should always be a little bit lighter than your foundation colour, because we want to highlight this area, especially when I'm going to be putting some beautiful purples on my skin, on my eyelids. I want it to pop, and the only way it will pop is by having a frame of slightly lighter concealer. So this is tan. There's 3 colours that I do recommend. I know they have so much choice, Shape Tape by Tarte do, but really, from all my testing that I've done, I feel like there was only like 3 or 4 I needed in my kit. So if you give me your matte colour, medium tan. Yeah, medium tan was the first one. The second one is now tan, because I feel like medium tan might be a little bit light for me. Would be better on like an NC42, somebody who wears an NC42. And then another thing I'm going to do now with my concealer is put it on my eyelids. 1, this creates a nice base for my eyeshadow. And 2, it knocks out any undertone colour that I have, because when I put my purple on there, I want it to look its true colour, and it won't look like that if the colour, my skin colour underneath is dark from my dark circles. So it's just like, I could put no concealer on one, put concealer on the other, and it will just have a better payoff on the one that's got concealer on. 1, it's got something to hold on to, and 2, there's no undertone colour, so it's its true colour. A little bit more here. I do start from wrinkling on the lids. Primer. So I'm going to go through primer with you. As much as we use primer on our faces, we forget we need primer on our eyelids too. I have oily T-zone, so I've got 1 crease there, can you see? And if I leave it in a minute before I do all my baking, you'll see all my concealer falls into that line that I have, and all my foundation falls, all my eyeshadow falls into that line too. Just gonna add a bit more here. So when I do makeup, I'll show you what primer I use. Right. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's put a tiny bit more on. I didn't sleep very well yesterday, so I feel like I need a bit of extra under my eyes. So after I do this, if I want quite a heavy contour, which I do today, I'm going to use cream contouring. If I wanted a really subtle daytime contour, I would use a powder-based contouring kit. The powder-based one that I use is the Kat Von D. I still love it. It's been around for a while, and I know they've bought out so many other makes, but I'm still a super fan. But when it comes to using sticks to do my contouring, I use the Fenty sticks. Fenty sticks are amazing. They come in a trio of 3. Let's show you. I bought these from Sephora last Christmas, and they're magnet. Can you see? They're magnet. So they always stay together in your makeup kit, which is great. And there's 3 colors. So I use Mocha, which is my contouring color. Tripping is like this gorgeous highlighter which has got like a peach undertone, so that's really nice when you just want a little bit of glistening on your cheeks. You just get a little bit and just put it on your cheeks and rub it in with your fingers, and it comes out really nice. And then I've got Bamboo, which is going to be my highlighter, so I usually put that down the middle of my nose, any areas that I want to highlight a little bit, maybe just a little bit under my eyes, and maybe my chin area can be highlighted. And the great thing about these is they just screw up and down, a bit like the ones that Kim Kardashian brought out. So it's just like you just screw it up, contour, screw it back down, put the lid on, done. So with contouring, what happens is when we use foundation and concealer, we knock out all the shadows in our face, so where our natural shadows would be. And what we do with contouring is just re-add those shadows back in, but putting them in precise areas to make our faces look a lot more contoured and more defined. So imagine like, and also the desired face shape is oval. So just imagine a template of an oval face on top of your face. You're basically going to color in the areas to make your face look oval, like the desired face shape apparently is oval. So first I'm going to start with my cheeks. Also, by having those hollows on your cheeks, it lifts your cheeks up, and when you smile, it gives you more definition. It also makes your face look slimmer, so all for that. So contouring starts from the top of the ear towards the corner of the mouth, but it stops halfway where your eyes, where your pupil starts, okay? There you go. And then you can add a little bit more up here, because again, it's like colouring in. We don't want a straight line, we kind of want it to like really blend in when I blend this bit in, okay? You can also suck in your cheeks. You can see where the hollows are when you suck in your cheeks. Okay, so that's cheeks done. And then we're going to do nose. Hey Sandy. So nose, again, we basically just want our nose to look pinched, like we want it snatched. So we're going to create shadows here and here, and then a highlighter in the middle, and that make your nose look smaller. And you can also just chop off your nose here as well to make it look shorter. So I'm just going to do the bottom part first. There you go. And then I'm going to create a line, a nice straight line, to make my nose look slimmer. That's why I love these pens, they're just so easy. Just slide it down. There you go, this one's up. Okay, I can make this even more slimmer by going in a bit more now. Heart is a big contour queen now. I really converted her. And then I'm just gonna do my forehead. I feel like my forehead's a bit big. So I'm just gonna go around my hairline. Have you tried? No, I didn't. I saw an advert on Facebook about her sticks, and if you roll them up, there was like literally like tiny bit of product. And apparently when somebody used it every day and filmed it, it lasted 20 applications, that's it, done. And they're quite expensive because you have to pay for tax from America as well. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend them. I prefer Fenty, it's easier to get. She has, look how thick it is, like you have so much more product to work with. And then I'm just gonna do my jawline. So when you look straight ahead, I've got like these little hamster cheeks here. So I'm just gonna contouring that so it looks more chiseled. So then my chin will look sharper. It's cool, isn't it? Okay, so that's contouring done. Now we're going to do highlighting. The other one is Bamboo. And then this is a lighter colour. Again, quite creamy though, not too white. I'm going to put this down the middle of my nose. There you go. And then we're just take it out onto my forehead a little bit. just because I want this area highlighted. Look like I'm in from Tribal Gang. I'm just going to do a little bit of highlighter up here as well because I just want that area to look a bit lighter. And then I'm going to, remember I want my chin to look a bit pointy, so I'm just going to do a little bit there. Okay, it's contouring done. So that's a highlighter and contouring done. And we're not going to use tripping until the end because that gives you a bit of a glow. You can use a fluffy brush if you like. I like the Real Technique brushes. I've got this nice round one, so if you want you can just do that and then go in with your beauty blender. So I'll just do that. And they blend really well, these Fenty sticks. Like, you think, oh, it's like a bit of chalk, like it's not going to blend, but you can see the product on here. It blends really well. It's still quite slippery on the skin. And you're always just going to brush into the hairline. This just gives you that flawlessness that if you're just constantly just like rubbing it all around, you're not really creating that sculpt look. So by pushing it into your hairline, you're creating that shadow from there, from your hair into your jawline and into your cheeks. Okay, forehead. So I tend to use these cream contour kits when I want to go for a heavier look, makeup wise. I want to look absolutely flawless and snatched. I'm gonna just use a bit more highlighter there. Oh, wrong one. I'm going to just use a sponge for this bit because I don't want to take too much product off. I just don't want that to look highlighted. Okay, just going to blend all over. Cool. So that is contour done with the Fenty sticks. You can add more, you can add less, it's up to you how defined you want to look. And now I'm just going to use a powder. So I usually use Banana Bread by Huda Beauty, but I wanted something that's quite easy for you guys to get hold of. I mean, Banana Bread you can buy from Cult Beauty, but I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I mean, I've used this for years, even before it became so popular for baking, but it just is so good for baking because it's quite very fine bits of powder. So when you use it with a beauty blender, it just literally blends in with the skin and it gets rid of any pores. I love it. So make sure you always get translucent. Don't get anything else with colour in it. It just doesn't have the same effect that the translucent one does. And do you remember earlier we were talking about, can you see how it's creased into my eyelids? So definitely need a primer today for the eyes. The eyeshadow to stay. Okay, so now I'm going to bake. So what baking is like a damp beauty blender. When you collect a bit of powder, what it does is creates a powdered film under your eyes. This stops your concealer moving. This helps under your eyes look brighter, so your eyeshadow stands out better. I also bake under my contouring, so it makes my contouring look more defined, makes my face look more defined. Also do my T-zone, side of my nose so basically the matteness pushes things back. So you could matte this whole side area of your nose and really push that area back as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit from the pot using my Real Techniques beauty blender. Can you see how it just sticks because it's damp? It's picked up the product really well. Just put this down. And before you bake, you need to make sure that you get rid of any creases. under the eyes. So first, I'm just using the other end, just make sure I don't get powder everywhere. First, get rid of any lines where the concealer has fallen into any of your creases or lines on your face. Okay? And now with the powdered bit, first you're going to bake under the eyes. And then I take my baking up into my hairline, just so that whole area looks highlighted. And then I'm just going to take some down the side of my nose. Again, sticking to your contouring line, okay, because we still want that area to look quite highlighted in the middle. We just want the other areas to look quite matte. And this always looks so funny when you're all powdered up like this. But you have to trust the process. And then bake under the eyes. Again, pressing the powder and the damp sponge together, creating a powdered film under your eyes. Another area that I tend to bake is my eyelids. Let me just again use the other end to blend any concealer, because once you bake, it stays like that. I'm baking it because I want the whole area to really stand out, because I'm going to be going for a nice purple look. You then bake on your T-zone. And then, as I mentioned earlier, you also bake under your contouring. You see? Under your shadow that you created with your contouring. And then just take it down to the bottom part of your face. It's so funny how powder can really make it look so much more defined. Okay. And then what I do with the rest of the face is use a powder brush. And I'm just going to powder, like softly put powder on the other areas where I haven't baked yet. It's just mainly my cheek area, my lips, and the top part of my forehead where I have put the Fenty Beauty contouring on. And what this baking does, I'm just going to take the ones off my eyes because I'm going to start doing my eyes soon. What also the baking under the eyes does is when I start to apply eyeshadow now, if it falls on powder, and then all I need to do is brush away the powder, and then it doesn't leave that residue. Hi Baba! As my niece is watching me. How cute. Okay, so I've only got 1.5 minutes left. I'm going to be doing my makeup on my own page. That's just Suky, MUA, SUKY, MUA. So please follow that page while I get all my eyeshadows ready. I can't wait to do this look. Any questions before I go and leave Harps' page? I hope it was informative and you learnt a lot from me. Any questions? No? Well, Harps, are you online? Yes, it will be saved. You can go over it. Hi, Dr. Boven. I'm going to save it, guys, so you can go over it. I go over skincare. I then have done foundation and I've done contouring using the Fenty sticks. Foundation I used was the NARS Cerakore's. Yeah, you bake. Hi, Habs. I'm nearly done, honey. Got 50 seconds left. I'm going to be doing the rest of my makeup on my page. I have covered skincare and I have covered, oh my god. So Harps isn't feeling too well, so I literally took over. I was like, let me just give them something then to look at and watch today on a Wednesday. I will save this. And if you want to go over to my page, you can see the rest of this look come together. And I will see you then. Alright, bye. Have a lovely Wednesday. If you guys don't want to see the rest of the makeup, but if you do, see you on the other side. Bye.